Hello, and welcome to the Smut Show,
a weekly podcast from your new internet book besties.
We discuss all things spicy books and mix in a little bit of motherhood, life, self-care, and everything in between.
So sit back,
grab a beverage,
and let's chat. Hello, and welcome to the Smut Show. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Neely, and we are here with such a special guest today. We are here with Chip Pons, and I have to start with the fact that Chip's Instagram bio reads like a list of my favorite things, tacos, Taylor Swift, and book boyfriends, because valid. Chip grew up in small lake town in northern Michigan before eventually traveling the world as a photojournalist in the U.S. Air Force, where he met and worked alongside his dream of a husband and better half. He spent his entire life swooning over the love stories, filling up his shelves until one day he was brave or delusional enough to write his own.
So real. He currently lives in the heart of Washington, D.C., and when he is not writing or chasing his pup, Margot, around, he can be found daydreaming of untold happily ever afters or on bookstagram, shouting about the books he loves and snacking all the time.
I mean, also valid.
As he gets on the podcast and we're all having a snack.
What an intro.
Welcome.
You're like I always love reading people's bios because half the time they're like, is that what's on the internet about me?
It's like,
yes,
we pulled that
it is
directly from your website.
No, I need to shorten that.
No, we love it. No, there was one time I went to pull someone's and I was like, I got to make some edits. It was it was like 7 paragraphs. I was like,
oh my goodness.
You're like, listen,
we're not doing that
short
today.
intro. Yeah.
So I have to ask Chip before we get started, did you go to the Eras tour?
Oh my gosh, no. I'm such a bad Swiftie. I've never seen her live. I know. It just has never worked out. It's on my life bucket list. But yeah, I didn't go to the Eras tour. It's my deepest regret.
I didn't go till the very tail end. I went to Miami. On her, bless the Lord, she came back to the United States because I did not get to go when she was here the first time. But it was magical.
It was every episode leading up to that for 2 months. Neely's high was that she was going to get to go to the show in X number of days. High.
I had a serious come down from it. It was one of those things where for days after I was like, I don't think anything will ever be the moment she came out on stage and tears were streaming down my face.
I get emotional just watching the movie. I can't even imagine how I'd be in real life. I'd be inconsolable.
There were the amount of people just in straight up tears, and it was a rain show. And so it was tears and just Florida humidity, rain. And I was like, I don't even care. I'm just so happy right now.
Yeah. I accidentally saw Taylor Swift once. It was not on purpose. I was taking Brian my husband to go to the Need to Breathe was opening for her.
Oh, we talked about that.
Yeah. And so I took him to that. And then I saw Taylor Swift. This was a million years ago. This was 2011 or something. And so it was I loved Taylor Swift, but it wasn't he wanted to go to Need to Breathe. And so that's what we went to. And then we got to see Taylor Swift too. And I look back on that now. I'm like, man, I had no idea. I had no idea what I was doing.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, Chip, welcome. Now that we've gotten that out of the way.
Now that we had to debrief about the Eras tour.
Always. Just every part of my day. So, Chip, we always start with some 1-star and 5-star moments of the last week, highs and lows, if you will. Who wants to, should I go?
Neely, I would love to hear your highs and lows.
Okay. So my 5-star is that the weekend was just real low key. In the middle of the crazy May, all we had this weekend commitment-wise was Charlotte's soccer game on Saturday, where now these are 5-year-old girls, and our team is there to have a good time. Okay, this is not they're not there for the competitive. There was a moment where the 4 girls that were out there, including my child, the ball was in front of them, and they all just stood looking at it.
Iconic.
Okay,
yeah.
What do we do? And the other team is they have in that time period had scored 15 goals, and we're we're just here for a good time. And at one point, two of the little girls were standing in front of our team's girls were standing in front of the other team's goal, and you're not really supposed to play goalie at this age because they're 5. And the other parents were criticizing us. We're y'all are winning by like 30 points. Like,
Yeah,
give,
like let's calm down here.
Okay, like
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Mother's Day yesterday was just so we did nothing. Andrew, at one point though, at like 6 a.m., the kids wanted breakfast, and he almost like started to be like, "Do you want to help me with?" And he was like, "I'm gonna go make them breakfast." I was like, "That's what I thought. I don't want to help you. No, you go make them breakfast." And I just went to bar, and then I went to for a walk, and then I laid on the couch and decided that I was going to rewatch The Idea of You, which, Chip, I don't know if you have watched or read The Idea of You. Have you seen it?
Not watched it.
Okay, well, the book is like one of my favorite books ever. I am obsessed with it, and we've had Robin Lee on the podcast. I love her. When the movie came out, I was so excited. I got to go to an advanced screening of it, and I was like, like, I had such a visceral reaction to the movie and have refused to watch it again since. And so for some reason yesterday, I was like, I'm going to watch it again. And I enjoyed it a little bit more this time. And I think it's because now I have to look at it completely I have to look at them like they are two separate things altogether. I can't even pretend that it is based on a book. I have to completely disassociate it from the book. And it is the only possible way I can enjoy that movie. And when you do that, it is very enjoyable to watch. And that guy is so cute. He's so cute. He is, I mean, I was watching it and I was just like, go off, Anne Hathaway. Like,
yeah. I love him in everything he's been in. Red, White, and Royal Blue.
I was about to say, he was in Red, White, and Royal Blue.
Yes.
Oh, love Red, White, and Royal
Blue. He's in like a military movie. What is it called?
Purple Hearts.
That sounds right. That was great. He was like Cinderella. No, not Cinderella. He was Prince Charming. He was in Cinderella.
With Camila Cabello.
Yes.
Chip, I don't know if have you seen Baby Girl? Did you see Baby Girl when it came out?
Not.
Okay, so the whole time I was watching it, I was like, the guy from Baby Girl also would have been really good in that movie, in The Idea of You. I was like, I just kept in my head playing the father figure song, even though it's not in The Idea of You. It's just what I now play when I see a really hot young guy in a movie, and I'm like, and also this weekend, my husband and I watched Twilight. So they released them all on Netflix, and it's like out of the top 10 movies on Netflix, the 5 Twilight movies are 5 of them. Of course. Yeah, obviously. And Andrew has never seen any of them. So I was like, Friday night, I was like, you know, it would be hysterical, Andrew. I was like, what if, or no, it was Saturday night. I was like, what if we watched Twilight? And he was just kind of like, okay, like, what's it about? Like, knew nothing about it.
What's it about?
Nothing about it.
He live under a rock?
Yes. And so we're watching this. I told him multiple times, I was like, I wish I was recording your commentary on this movie. Because he's like, are they supposed to be like this bad? He's like, why is everyone so pale? I'm like, well, the vampires. He goes, no, the non-vampires. I was like, well, they live in Seattle.
They live.
And he's like,
they live in the shade, in the cloudy.
He was like, am I supposed to believe that these two guys are fighting over this girl? Like, he's everything about it. He's like, she is not cute.
Wow, he's cut. He's out.
So anyway,
he's fired from Twilight.
He said he would watch the rest of them, but like needs time in between, which is fair.
Well, they only get better, so.
That's true. And I tried to explain to him that the production quality of Twilight was very low because nobody knew what that movie was going to be. And the budget gets better. So like just in general, things get better. But man, Charlie Swan.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Daddy
you know,
Charlie.
I have my DILF shirt. That's my Charlie DILF shirt. I should have worn it.
Also, did they recast the redheaded vampire girl?
Yes.
Like, thank you. Okay, I was like, you're not the same one in all the movies.
No.
Like okay. Yeah. I forgot about that, and I forgot how silly the baseball scene is. Like, we're watching them play baseball. Scene. It's my favorite scene of the whole movie, and Andrew's
that song. What is it? Super
something black hole. Yeah.
It's Supermassive Black Hole by Muse.
Yes.
And it was just also, then I was doing math, and I was like, oh, it's been almost 18 years since Twilight came out.
Oh, that hurts me.
Yeah,
so I think it's time for a remake. I think it's time to remake it with somebody cuter than
you
Kristen Stewart.
You could never top that movie. You can't remake that. You can't remake Cinema Gold.
Okay, but is New Moon the one where she sits in a chair for like months pass by as she's spinning in a circle or the camera's spinning? Okay.
Have you read, did you read the books?
I read the first 3. I never read Breaking Dawn.
Okay, because in that book, it is literally like each page, it just says like the month. And then you turn the page. And then you turn the page.
That was 18 years ago. I'm
telling you.
Lived many lives. I've had children.
Funny.
I've lived through a pandemic. I can't remember a lot about a book I read 2 months ago, let alone
that's fair.
Twilight.
Yeah. Somebody texted me, one of my alphas texted me like a text thread post that she was making, and she was like, can I include your book in this? And I was reading it and I was like, did I write that? Good for me. I can't even remember what I wrote. So I'm like, great.
Relatable.
All right. Well, well, Chip, do you want to give us your 1s and 5s?
Ooh, yeah. Let's see. I think my 5-star for the week. Well, I'll just do the weekend. Like you, it was a very, very, very mellow weekend, and my husband and I literally did nothing but raw on the couch. And we recently got a Ninja slushie, and that has changed my life. It's my entire personality. So, like, have you heard of a Ninja Creamy, like the ice cream thing?
Like the ice cream.
It's like the thing that you like mix all the ingredients in and you put it in the machine and it like makes the
I have
ice
like
cream.
A Ninja blender. It's different.
It's like in the family.
Okay.
But the Ninja slushie, you can make obviously like frozen drinks. And so we have been making like frozen peach bellinis, like different types of pina coladas, different like spiked or different flavored margaritas. So that was our weekend. We made a different drink Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That sounds so fun.
A big vat of frozen deliciousness. So yeah, that's the 5-star for sure.
Yeah, no kidding. I have not heard of this, and apparently I live under the rock because Neely's like, yeah.
I want it. That sounds amazing.
Yeah. And then my 1-star, I try not to live in the 1-stars, but my like day job has been kind of meh lately, so that's been fun.
You're like, I love it here.
I literally hate it here.
Yeah.
There's a song for that.
We've been there though, so everybody's been there. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Take it I goldfish my days, so like my day is already dumped. Tomorrow's a new one.
Yeah. Okay, my 1s and 5s. I did not write any down. I have to think about it. We had a crazy day. I don't think I have a lot of 1s either. We had a crazy Mother's Day. We had the opposite of y'all's weekend. Brian ran a 10K on Sunday morning, and so we went and we made signs and cheered him on. And
I loved your sign. Did it say, "What are you running from"?
Yeah, I said, "What's chasing you?"
Or "What's chasing you?"
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
And the girls had a blast going and doing it. They had like all this like, I don't know, I'm not a part of run culture. This is not my life. And it is recently something that my husband's getting into. So I'm like, okay, great. We will go. We got there a little bit late because I was like, I don't need to stand around for an hour while you run this 10K. And so we got there, and then there was like all these like bounce houses, and it was the bagel run. So there was like a whole thing of like bagels to get, and like figures dressed up, and they had mimosas for moms, and like it was this whole thing. And I was like, cute. I did not know that this is what it was going to be. And so we did have fun. It was good.
Runs are fun as a spectator. Like I have a friend who's a big marathoner. Like she ran the New York Marathon this year, and she's running the Berlin Marathon in September. Dang. Yeah, I know. Now, apparently once you do one, it's like very addictive and you want to do all of them. And I'm like, but watching races is super fun. Like cheering people on.
Yeah, he finished the 10K and the first thing he said was, all right, I'm training for a half. I was like,
that runner's high is very real. It's a very real thing.
Listen, I ran track in high school and in college, and you could not pay me like $10 million to run more than a mile. I actually have an idea for a run club that I'd like to get off the ground. I want to
Is it
call
run
it
a mile?
the Martini Mile Club, where you literally run a mile, and the destination is a different bar where you go and get a martini, and then you walk home after having one or 10 martinis. Like that's it. You just run a mile to get a martini
Sign me
and then
up.
go back.
Wow,
I'm
that
in.
I would fast walk for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would. I mean,
Yeah.
I
I still
love a
probably
walk.
wouldn't run, but
Skip.
yeah.
Skip.
I know. We
Yeah.
went on a walk this morning and we got done and he was like, I'm going to go jog now. And I was like, that is great. I am going to go sit down for a little bit. It was hot outside.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 104 on Wednesday. Did you see that?
Don't even talk to me about that. Don't even talk to me about it.
Chip, we live in Texas, and the high on Wednesday is 104. And I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I literally sent my friend a screenshot because the high yesterday was like 73. I was like, this is aggressive.
I'm really mad about it.
That's an aggressive jump.
I'm mad. Yeah, that's my 1 star. But my other 5-star is, okay, have y'all seen, there is a bookstagrammer who had got like a book table and repainted the table to like different books. And
I mean,
so
I saw it after you posted it.
Yeah. Okay. So ever since I saw her post it, which I don't know when that was, I have been scouring Facebook Marketplace for this table. I'm like, there's got to be more out there. There's got to be some book stack tables available. And I have been looking and looking and looking. And Saturday, I found one. And so I went and picked it up yesterday.
Ooh.
And I am so excited to paint it in 5 to 7 business months, but it is going to be so good when it's done. I'm really excited.
The girl who was like, don't let me paint anything.
Okay, it's not a room. It's not a room. We just painted my daughter's rooms, and that was terrible. I would highly suggest never doing it ever again. But this is a small project. I can do it. It'll be great. Yeah, it'll be so
cool.
great. Yeah. I'm very excited about it. I even I had to buckle it in to my front seat. I was like, this is my baby. Like, we got to be careful. I did like a 30-minute drive to get it. Like, I was invested.
Well, go you.
For Facebook Marketplace, like
it wasn't bad.
30 minutes is not. That's not.
No,
bad.
I felt good about it. Yeah.
I'm not reading anything new. I'm still reading My Favorite Bad Decision by Elizabeth O'Rourke. So that's
your recent read. Your recent read, and you already talked about your recent watches. So
yes, my recent watches are just rewatching things I've seen, which I was talking to my therapist about last week, and it is a high sign of anxiety, which I know I have. But people who rewatch, like I'm also rewatching Vanderpump Rules from the beginning. Which Chip, I don't know if you're a Bravo person. I'm a big Bravo girly.
I think Stassi is one of the greatest characters on television of all time.
In my Instagram bio, like for my private Instagram, it says, I'm not sure what I've done to you, but I'll take a Pinot Grigio.
Yeah.
And I live my life by that quote.
Yeah.
But I love early Vanderpump, like seasons 1 through 5 to me is like TV gold.
Oh,
you can't, like, I know they're recasting it for like a new, I'm like, you're not going to get this again. Like, just, I get it. Are you a Summer House person?
So, I'm not a reality TV person, like, to begin with.
Like Stassi?
Yeah, I used to watch Vanderpump back in the day. I haven't watched any of those shows in years. But
I am really just a Vanderpump and Summer House person.
Okay.
And Paige DeSorbo to me is like up there with Stassi. I just honestly want the two of them on a show together and just talk to each other.
I don't watch any of this, but I do love following Hannah Berner.
I do like Hannah Berner a lot. Yeah. She got very wronged by Summer House, but it's fine. Anyway, I comfort watch Bravo.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Yeah. Chip, what's a recent read you've loved or a recent watch if you haven't been reading anything?
Oh gosh. The last book that I haven't been reading a lot, but Game On by Kai Stevens. So good.
Mhm.
It's like a sports romance. So good. It actually comes out. It's actually right here. In September, and it is
Okay.
so good. Top tier banter. And then
We
also
love
I Think
banter.
They Love You by Julian Winters. Such a good rom com. And then we just we like you. I am a constant comfort rewatcher. Like I barely watch anything new. And we cycle through like a 30-minute show and then an hour long show. And so we just finished our rewatch of Schitt's Creek, which was gold.
I've been
So good.
rewatching that too.
Yeah, we watched it like 9 times. We literally just finished the series finale like 2 days ago, and then we are currently binging the originals.
Mhm.
From
Yes.
the Vampire Diaries universe. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Okay,
we're on
You're
listen,
speaking
the
Rachel's
last
love
season.
language.
I am a Vampire Diaries. I love Vampire Diaries so much.
Me too.
I have never seen the originals. Should I go watch it?
What? The originals is better than the Vampire Diaries.
No.
Yes.
No.
And I loved the Vampire Diaries. I'm telling you, it is better. The magic is better. The like sex appeal is better. It's like, okay, you'll never hear me say anything bad about the Vampire Diaries because I love it. But you know how it's just about freaking Elena for
Yeah.
99.9 of the series?
Yes.
Like you get so invested in the. I mean, do you like the originals? Like the family, the Klaus, Elijah?
Yes.
So like when you deep dive into their past and like their lives in New Orleans, like it is so good. The magic is so good. They're like, they're so good.
I've only watched the first 5 episodes of the Vampire Diaries. I still plan eventually. It's just, I can't. New shows are hard for me.
Yeah,
it is.
But new shows, like when there was something Andrew and I were looking at, and I was like, Andrew, that's 9 seasons. Like,
yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I want to commit to something that's 9 seasons.
Yeah.
I was
You
like,
should though. You really
8
should.
episodes. 8 episodes is about where I thrive with something.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, 8 30-minute episodes? Okay, like I've watched Nobody
that
Wants
is not
This.
enough.
I have watched Nobody Wants This like 12 times.
Yeah.
Like I just keep
I love that
rewatching
show.
it.
That's so good.
I could watch that scene with their first kiss when he has her put down the ice cream.
I know.
It does something to my body.
I know.
I'm like,
I know.
Oh, it's so
good.
And when he looks at her and he's like, I can handle you. And I'm like,
that's like,
fuck yeah, you can.
Yeah. Brian and I watched that together and I'm literally like crying and he's looking at me like, yeah, I know. Like she just said the words that you have said. I'm like, I know. She's speaking my language.
It's so good.
It's so rude to be so seen. Honestly.
Yeah. I can't when that next season comes out of that show, just like I'm shutting off the world and just gonna
I'm nervous
down
for their second season, but I'm excited.
I'm nervous for any
Don't put that energy into the world
because I feel like you get that second season slump, where like a first season is so good and then the second season is just not good, but not always. So
not always. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
Okay.
I am also like the world's slowest reader right now. And I am still reading The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy, which is the most fun. I'm having a blast. Let's be honest. Like it is so much fun. But I am just reading so slow. And then after that, this is what's coming with me, to Beachside.
Oh, what's that?
That's so
that
weird.
Looks familiar.
So next I'll be reading Winging It With You. I don't know if you've heard about it.
Sounds gay.
It's supposed to be really gay. I'm so excited.
Super gay.
Super gay. I'm very excited for it. And then I'm watching, what am I watching? Oh, we are watching season 3 of Sex Lives with College Girls. And listen, it is happening.
I love that show.
I love that show. People get like iffy about season 3 because it's when Renee Rapp leaves.
Yeah.
And
I'm
like, I am actually loving it.
Yeah.
People have feelings. I'm having a great time.
You haven't finished it, right?
Do what?
You haven't finished it?
No, I haven't. No. We just watched the Halloween episode. So I don't know how.
It's really good.
Okay, I don't know how much more I have left. But I'm
I
very
hear
excited.
screams
Oh God.
from the other
Uh-oh.
from the other room. I'm like,
We can't hear them if that makes you feel better.
Yes.
I am loving though. So my husband was a theater major in college. That's how we met, was through like theater stuff. And the girl in it who's like auditioning for like is in the show, and then she's like the old woman in the show, and then the director is giving her notes on her one line in the show, and I'm dying. It's so real. So anyway, I'm enjoying that. That's
Love
what
it.
I'm watching. Yep. Okay. Y'all ready to get into the interview?
Yes.
Let's
okay,
do
so
it.
Chip, we start every interview out with what is your villain origin story? So how did you get here? How did you get where you are now?
Start wherever you want.
Oh my gosh.
Conception,
Yeah.
your 24th birthday, whatever.
Ooh,
your
my
choice.
24th birthday. Let's just take it back to like the bookstagram days. I think my villain origin story honestly started when Books Over Bros like was conceptualized in my brain. No, I am a bookstagrammer turned author, and I feel like my villain origin story is very boring. I grew up in a very, very, very small town in northern Michigan, and that really, I think, is where I discovered books. And like my grandma and I would like sit on the lake and read together. And she really fostered this love of books and storytelling, and it led me to pursue like a career in photojournalism in the Air Force and bookstagram and now writing, and here I am. It's been unexpected and a lot of turns and a lot of twists and a lot of fuck you chips, but we're here.
We're here.
Yes, we're here.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about that transition from like bookstagram, because when did you start your bookstagram?
2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I discovered bookstagram during the pandemic. Like most of like, I feel like there was like a big boom during that time. I call us the little pandemic graduating class, where we all joined around the same time, and it was so fun. Like I had followed. Do you know Ashley Spivey?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
big
Yeah.
Ashley Spivey fan.
Yes, I followed her for
That's
years
how I
on my
knew about the idea of you.
Okay, well, that's how I learned about bookstagram.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she is just someone who was like posting about books and constantly sharing, but it was like not just like she shared more of like her personal life. And so yeah, I remember being in like my apartment. We had just moved to Los Angeles the weekend LA shut down during the pandemic, and my husband and I were like, we were just looking at each other like, now what? And so I really got back into reading, and it's always something that I had like done primarily in the summer, like by the pool or when I'm traveling. And so I just made Books Over Bros. One Tree Hill is my favorite show of all time. So it's a nod to Close Over Bros.
Fan.
Yeah.
I figured I'm a big One Tree Hill fan. Rachel has watched the first season and then stopped. And I'm like, you don't even know how good it gets. Like,
I don't
it's the most ridiculous show, but like, so amazing.
Yeah,
it's so amazing.
I'll keep watching it eventually.
It's one of those shows where people you really don't like in the first season become your favorite people on the show, and people you thought were going to be your favorite people, you're like, leave.
No. Like who?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't a Peyton girly.
Okay. See, I just hate the men.
Yeah.
So I think Lucas.
They're all super problematic.
I like Nathan, but
I like Nathan.
Lucas Scott is the worst male character in the history of television.
But all of his characters on every show he's in are the same. They're all the worst. They're all terrible. But Rachel doesn't know because this is way later. I'm a big Julian girl. Love Julian.
He's very sweet.
Loved
He's
Clay.
A soft boy.
The men towards the end of the show were actually all very wonderful.
Yeah.
And then when Stephen Coletti from Laguna Beach joined the show, I was like, it's just so good. It's so ridiculous though. Like I'll watch
it. I'll watch it.
It's a really good it's a good show to like watch over the summer. Like just like
Yeah.
very low stakes. You can
Such
watch
good
it while you're doing
music.
other things.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Back to
That was like a
interview.
whispered, like
I know.
such good. It was so good.
So what made you transition then? So you were reading, you were doing the bookstagram thing, and then you
Yeah.
were just like, okay, I'm gonna write a book now.
Yes and no. Like there was no grand master plan. We've both said this when you wonderfully read my bio, and then I think I just said it, but I was a photojournalist in the Air Force. Like storytelling has always kind of been my thing. I loved getting to travel and like meet new people and explore the world through their lens. And so that was just like when I discovered Bookstagram, I was like, oh, I get to take my love of photography, take my love of reading, and take my love of storytelling and like kind of mush them all together. And I think the more I started sharing about my personal life, about my marriage, about the loss of my father, about like me as a human, more and more people were saying like, you should, like, I want to hear your love story because I don't know, I must have done a good job of talking about how much I love my husband, which is very sweet. But for me, like that wasn't a story that I was trying to tell. And I think I'd always wanted to write, but I didn't have the story. And then it wasn't until I pivoted away from the romance to like a father and son centered plot that the story clicked. And I sought mentorship from people that I've watched do it. And I just started writing and, one thing has led to the other. And I went from, bookstagrammer to indie author to now like my traditionally published book is coming out in June. And every chapter and phase of all of that has obviously come with its ups and downs, but it's been the most incredible experience of my life.
Yeah, that's awesome. What kind of, so you said your first book was kind of more focused on like a father-son relationship. So what kind of, first of all, have you always been a romance reader? And were you always kind of, once you started writing, was it always kind of in the back of your mind that it would be more romance focused? I know you did photojournalism too, so you obviously have like that kind of experience as well. But
yeah, I think for me, like I'm people focused. I love getting inside someone's head and like understanding what makes them tick. But yeah, it's always been romance. It's always been rom-coms. Like I love. I think watching two like beautifully imperfect humans like find one another and then stitch themselves together through the other person and like kind of be the mirror that the other needs to see themselves fully is such a beautiful experience. And it's always been love, it's always been romance, and it always will be. Like that's where I reside. I think I'm a hopeless romantic and I just get all sappy and emotional. I'm a Libra.
Yeah. That means nothing to me as a Scorpio. I'm like, I know nothing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
He's like,
I like
okay,
that.
cool.
So great. I
here,
trust
like,
you. I believe.
I'm an Aries, so
Oh, nice.
yes, we love a fire
I'm like,
sign.
that's great. Yeah, I got two fiery daughters.
This was not in our questions, but because we're talking about you love, what is like one of the earliest like rom-coms that you remember really falling in love with?
Ooh.
Or a few. You can pick more than one.
I feel like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days was one of like my like, oh, that's like chemistry. That's charming. That's like being swept off your feet. And like I don't necessarily have strong feelings about Matthew McConaughey now, but like I remember watching that for the first time and being like, oh my gosh, there is no sexier man, right? And the way he talked,
you just
and the way
spoke
that he like
Rachel's love
and
language.
like longtime listeners know that I am obsessed with that. I based the cover for my first book on that movie poster because I love that movie so much. And I am like nodding along like, yes, that bathroom scene fundamentally changed me.
Oh yeah.
fundamentally.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I think that was one of the first ones where I was like, okay, this is like the genre for me. Like this gets not only like the juices flowing, but it gets my heart beating fast. So
Yeah. Which one of your main characters do you feel like you most identify with?
I probably most identify with Will from You and I Rewritten, my little anxious, nervous bean who, like, I didn't intend to put my entire personality in his character, and it just kind of happened as I was writing it. I feel like his story, that book in general is just so deeply personal for me. So, like, it's a dumb answer to try to say anyone other than him. But Asher from Winging It with You, I feel like also resembles like bits and pieces of my life about kind of getting complacent with the way things are, like a relationship or a chapter of your life, and kind of needing a jolt to the system to kind of remind you who the fuck you are. And I really enjoyed writing that because I don't know that I recognized how badly I needed that in my own personal life back in the day. And so all these years later to be like, wow, that like really had a profound impact on like how I saw myself and how I carry myself through the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're all in there though.
I know it's hard to like it would be surprising to me to find somebody who writes characters that doesn't have at least a little part of themselves in them in some in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so in kind of, deep diving into Chip Pons before we recorded, you talk a lot about your mission of writing queer joy. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah. For me, that's just like honestly the most important thing to like that I want readers, anyone who engages with like my account, me, to kind of take away is that like the LGBTQIA plus community is so damn worthy of a happily ever after, and like queer joy being the central theme of the stories that I write and the stories that I gravitate toward. I think for so long, the stories that we were given and the stories that we were allowed to tell and the stories that were told for us centered around trauma, pain, hard coming out experiences, like family strife, people who just like tolerated you because of who you were instead of like embracing you fully. And not that those stories aren't important, because they are life changing and valid and so necessary. But I think in the year 2025, queer people are like deserving of all the joy, of all the rom-com, of all the cheesy meet cutes, of all the, unrealistic tropes that our straight counterparts get time and time and time and time and time again, without like their identity or like who they are as a human being a main focal point. It'll always be a huge part of who they are and like a huge chapter in their storyline, but that's not the central theme of the books that I want to write. And it's just, for me, like, it's just the constant reminder, you are worthy, you are worthy, you are worthy of the joy and the light and the happy and the swoon worthy moments. And like, that's that. Queer joy is so important.
Yeah. I used to be a librarian many moons ago, not that many moons, but a while ago. And one of the hardest things for me, and this was, 2019 to 2021, so it wasn't that long ago. But one of the hardest things for me in diversifying my collection was finding books about like exactly what you said, books about diverse people that were just about their joy. So like that wasn't necessarily the main focal point of the story, was their diversity, but like telling a story and the characters were like, I was an elementary school librarian. So I'm like, I just want like a little girl who is a scientist and like maybe is like deciding or trying to figure out like her life. I don't know. Like, I just wanted it to be those stories are important, and stories about the trauma. Like I worked in a very high Hispanic population. And so bringing in like Spanish books, there were a lot of books about like immigrant trauma. And like, that is so important. That is an important story that needs to be told. But really what I wanted was like a superhero that was Hispanic, and like that was their story. And so I just love that that's something that we still have a really long way to go, but I love that that's a mission that we're starting to see more people stand behind, and starting to see more just joy in all forms. And I am so appreciative that you are a part of that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Switching a lot of gears, what is a trope you're dying to write?
Ooh. I am dying actually to write like a Hollywood romance or like a celebrity romance. I think that would be so
I love a
fun
celebrity
and
romance.
so just so wild. Like I told myself I needed a break after my reality TV, like after Winging It with You. Like, it was too much for my brain to like conceptualize like the travel and like the reality TV aspect and social media and like the fake dating. Like, I put so much in it that like I was like, I need something simple and it's like a little more calm. And so like the book that I just sold, Dearly Departed, is very much like small towny and like calm and quiet, right?
I cannot wait for that one.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
But yeah, I think a Hollywood romance would be so fun. And then the book I'm like getting ready to write right now is and it's a trope that like I've kind of vocally been against, but it's like a second chance romance.
I love second chance romances.
Everyone does, I know. It just has it's like never made sense for me because I am such a like
when you're done, you're done.
That, but like I'm such a like insta love like person that like I get so swept up in like the new love and like the romance and like falling in love with your soulmate, and like I know it doesn't always work out that way. But so like I could never wrap my head around like a second chance. And it wasn't until like what I'm working on now that I was like, this could work.
Yeah.
You're like, maybe there's something there.
Maybe there's something there.
Yeah. What has been your most fun book to write so far?
I would like the record to reflect that writing has never been fun for me.
Oh my God. Thank you
so much.
Thank you. Oh my God. I'm like, sorry, I'm having a visceral reaction to this because I hate my life right now.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I just turned, so like writing Winging It with You was such an exhaustive experience because I started writing it back in 2022, and this book is like I'm waiting for this chapter. Like, it's not even out yet, and I'm like racing to get to this chapter to like close, because I wrote it and rewrote it and wrote it again, and like I probably wrote that book 9 times. But I will say that Dearly Departed was the most fun, I'll use that word very loosely, that I've ever had writing. I've never written chronologically before. I've always like started out with a very detailed outline, and then I use them as little like plot points and like little scene vignettes, and then I would cherry pick which scenes I wanted to write. And then at the end of like my writing experience, I'd have all these moments that then I'd have to go back and weave together in some sort of logical manner. But with Dearly Departed, I started brainstorming about the idea. I started really like immersing myself in this world and these characters. And I sat down and I wrote the book from chapter 1 to the end, like straight. And I've never done that before.
That's how I write, and I'm very impressed that you have hopped around. I'm always impressed by people who can hop around.
Yeah, I don't know that I'll ever be able to do what I did for this book again, but I've never loved a story as much as I love this one, and like it just played out so perfectly in my head.
For those who don't know, when you posted this publisher's marketplace, I was like, you have never sold me so fast on anything in my life. I am a huge Hercules girly.
Oh, okay.
Huge. I love that movie so much. I rewatch it all the time. We have a family playlist, and when I Won't Say I'm in Love comes on, everybody knows they're not allowed to sing. I am the only one who is allowed to sing, and so I just spell the whole thing out. And usually my husband will be like the muses, and so I'll let him do that. But as soon as I saw Hades inspired, I was like, I don't need to know anything else.
Ugh, I love that man.
I'm so excited. And the way that I've fallen down, like, I don't write dark. I don't write angst at all.
Mhm.
Like, mine's all very rom-com-y, but everything I read is like, give me all of the like Greek mythology retellings.
Yeah.
Give me all the like kind of romantic-y stuff. And I'm like, I don't even care. I'm like, modern day Hades, I'm in.
Yeah, it was such a fun rabbit hole to go down of like, it's still very much like a modern rom-com. I wouldn't even call it like romanticy. Like there's definitely some like paranormal elements. But I just thought like how funny would it be to put these immortal beings who are used to X, Y, and Z in a very modern time, doing like mundane mortal things. And he's a funeral
I
director
love
and
it.
like he's very much in his element and he's very grief oriented, and it's been just so fun to be in his head.
But I'm just really excited. I feel like there's kind of a couple of different like modern paranormal things coming out.
Yeah.
That I am just like being fed, honestly. Like Good Spirits.
Yup.
I know you just posted about that. I fucking loved that book.
Got it right here.
We love a visual reference too.
We love a visual reference. I read that thing so fast. I loved every second of it. And so I cannot wait. I love a paranormal. I love a ghost. I love a little bit of magic in like the daily, like this is just what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's where we all want to live, isn't it? Okay. Which one of your books? Okay. I'm going to ask this. I was going to say, I think I might know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you think would be the most fun to make into a show or a movie?
I definitely think Winging It With You, just because it's so cinematic and like there's so many backdrops that would be so fun to see on screen. Like I feel like I watched it as a movie in my head as I was writing it. And I feel like it would be, I'm just going to shoot my shot. It's a perfect summer a summer movie for Netflix. So Pride Month is right around the corner. Come on.
Oh my God. That would be perfect.
Make it happen, Netflix.
Come on, Netflix.
Netflix, we know you're listening to this podcast.
Yeah, Netflix, if you're listening.
Seriously. Listen, I will say I did like an Ask Me Anything on my stories the other day, and one of the questions was like, if you had to cast, Winging It With You, who would be the main characters? And of course, I posted the pictures of the guys that I have seen in my head for 2 years, and I tagged them. And the guy who I've always seen as Asher responded. It was like, let's make a movie. So I'm manifesting.
Anything could happen. Yeah.
Manifesting.
We believe in manifestation.
I have his address and I'm going to send him an ARC. So there we go.
We are big. Yes. Big manifesters. Okay.
Same. Yeah. Lucky girl syndrome.
Seriously. How has the world, you started in Bookstagram. So how has the world of Book Talk and Bookstagram changed things? Like, helped with your books and helped with getting them out there and everything?
It's changed everything for me. I owe everything that I have to the Bookstagram community. Friendships, like mentors, sales, word of mouth. I don't know if readers, Bookstagrammers, book talkers understand the immense power that they have to like change an author's life.
Truly.
I have never been, and I probably will never be one of those authors that goes mega viral on the internet, and that's fine, and I'm cool with that. But like, I was just telling one of my like Bookstagram acquaintances, now turned really good friends, that like he randomly out of nowhere, almost 3 years after my first book came out, chose my book to be like one of his book club picks. And I had the highest royalties of my entire career that month. And like, this isn't my full-time job. I do have another job, but like, I was just so surprised and so blown away by that level of support, and like how one decision by one reader randomly could make that big of an impact. And I'm just like forever grateful, and also forever changed. Like I will never be the same person that I was before I discovered this little corner of the internet.
Okay, Chip, what advice do you have for aspiring authors?
Oh gosh. I think first and foremost, prioritize a work-life balance. Whether it's, whether this is your full-time job or just something you're starting to get into, I think finding ways to distance yourself from being chronically online and your book and your writing chapter is like very important, and advice I remind myself of daily. My grandma actually used to say, keep your own counsel, which was her way of saying, keep your trusted or inner circle small. I feel like it's very easy to start doubting yourself and to start reaching out to anyone who will listen to you and engage with you about getting their second opinion, their third opinion, their fourth opinion. And like, it really scrambles your brain a little bit. So I would say that. And then like being comfortable setting boundaries. You're not going to be able to please everybody. You are certainly not going to please every reader, and you're not going to be friends with every author. And, it's important to very early set boundaries that are set up to protect you and your mental well-being. And the cheesy response, but I feel like it's the most applicable to me, is like, write the story that you want to read. Like I feel like that's truly the most important thing, where you can most naturally and organically weave in little snippets of your personality and like what makes you special in that type of story. So that's my pair of pretty pennies.
I love it. That's great advice. Okay, we always finish the interview off with, what is a have to read book that you are always recommending to people?
Ooh. Does that have to be a recent one?
No, ever.
No. This can be like you read it when you were
Nancy Drew.
18.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes. No, I have the perfect response, and I'm just blanking on the name. Hold on. No, that's fine. I'll change my answer.
Okay.
I will say Without You by Marley Valentine is one of the like most emotional and steamy and beautiful romances I've ever read of all time. Marley is an Australian author, and she is like in a league all of her own when it comes to writing emotionally damaged and beautiful characters. And it's like my number one recommendation.
I love that. Well,
yeah, must read.
Any
book by Marley Valentine, actually.
Okay,
by the way,
perfect.
This just popped up on my phone, but Nobody Wants This is back October 23rd.
Yes.
Nobody
the
asked,
news we needed.
But I'm just letting everyone listening know that it's back October 23rd.
Everybody needed to know.
Yes.
Okay, next we do a rapid fire this or that. Neely, do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
I will go first. Okay. Reputation or Tortured Poets?
Reputation.
For sure.
Okay, a grumpy main character or golden retriever?
Golden retriever, hands down.
Yeah,
okay,
hands down.
Beaches or mountains?
Beaches.
Okay, we always do a pick your praise. Ready? Good. Normally we do good girl, but we're changing it for you. So good boy or look at me.
Good boy.
Mm-hmm.
I have that tattooed on my body.
Oh God, I totally forgot about that. I think I've seen that.
Instagram profile says the goodest boy. So I mean, I had it.
That's so golden retriever of you.
It's tattooed on my ass. So
I want an ass tat so bad. Things that nobody asked, but
I am obsessed with that. You have no idea.
Yeah.
I love that you have that tattooed. Oh,
well, it's like my like hip area, not really my butt. But.
Okay.
Oh, obsessed.
I love that. I have mine tattooed, but both my husband and I have mine and each other's handwriting tattooed on her.
Oh, my husband is super anti-tattoos. So
I'm pretty sure that was Brian's first and last. He was such a weenie about it. I was like,
I have one I got when I was 20, long before I met my husband, but he is the anti-tattoos. I would have like 12 otherwise.
I do. So I just do what I want. So.
Okay, well, Chip, it's your time to whore yourself out. So tell people where they can find you.
In Washington, D.C., come find me.
No. Come find me.
Like, I live
in the Navy Yard.
I will be starting running to the martini bar. Yeah.
Yes. No, so please come find me at Books Over Bros on Instagram. That's probably my most used platform of choice. I also have a website, authorchippons.com, or actually just chippons.com. And I have a book coming out in just under a month, June 10th, Winging It With You. Pre-order it now.
Yes. Pre-order is so important. You can find us. Oh, yeah.
No, I was going to say the same thing.
You were ready.
You can find us at Smut Show Podcasts everywhere. And I am pretty much everywhere at Neelykins, except TikTok, where I'm Neely Moldovan.
And you can find me everywhere at Rachel_M. Lewis. And Chip, thank you so much for coming on. We loved getting to chat. We are about to record a Patreon. If you're a Patreon subscriber, then you'll get to hear a little bit more with Chip. But everybody else, we hope you guys have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.